Hey, I thought I would do a reaction video again today, seeing as the last one I did very well. Thank you for that. And this time it's going to be for the Exorcist Believer trailer. Trailer 2 is out. I saw the first one. It looks interesting, and let's have a look. We'll see if it we'll see how it looks. Basically everybody in their mum has probably done this in the horror channel community at the moment, but I thought I'd do it anyway, really. So here we go, without further ado. I don't know whether it's because it's digital, but it looks a little too smooth to me somehow these days.
Scared.
We've met before.
Are you looking for Reagan?
Are you looking for Reagan?
They burn to them!
Alright, there's the trailer then. Nice to see Alan Bernstein back.
What do you think evil is?
Burstyn, rather.
I'll tell you what I think it is. We're born in this world with hope and dreams,
Yeah.
and a desire to be happy.
Dad?
Something's going on with my daughter.
It's happening to my daughter too.
The devil has one wish,
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them.
to make us lose faith,
But I believe you can help get our daughters back.
to kill it in us. And the devil never gives up.
Well, that's certainly true, right?
She knows who I am. Where's the other girl?
What you're doing here is dangerous. People have died on both sides of possession.
Come home, baby. Come back to us, okay?
If you don't make it, I don't make it.
Mama,
What is it, baby?
I can't see you.
Baby, I'm right here.
I don't want to go to hell.
God played that trick on
There are 2 heartbeats. Is it working?
They're beating in sync.
Be strong.
That's a good trip.
What did you do?
One girl lives, one girl dies.
You get to choose.
I think the upside down cross is a little bit hackneyed. Oh, very devilish. Okay. Well, it looks okay. It's a little bit different to the last trailer, the first trailer. Which is nice. You see some different stuff. Between the 2 trailers together, though, I think you see perhaps a little bit too much. The feel of it, I don't know why, as I say, maybe because it's digital, but it looks too smooth to me. I think it could do with looking a bit rougher, in terms of, film stock or whatever. I think it's a mistake that's made a lot these days. They use the either the blue or the green filter, I suppose it is. But yeah, so the look of it wouldn't be my first choice for a story that was made in the 70s and is remembered very well. The Exorcist is a very well made film, and it's a very important film and very good film. It's just one I find very difficult to watch. I don't know whether it's because of the socio-political stuff surrounding it, or whether it's the pacing of the first one. But it feels more like a drama, the original, than a horror movie to me, although obviously it's one of the best dramas ever, horror dramas then ever made. I think sometimes though, just because you've got dark supernatural movie, I'm not sure that always belongs in the horror genre. That's with reference to the first one, not this one. This is a horror movie. Let me just get that clear. This is like a horror movie sequel to the first one, which was very much a drama for me, with supernatural horror elements. The feel of it as well, the imagery within the film, all the rest of it, really. It feels like The Empty Man to me a little bit. Obviously not, the same mechanics, if you like. The mechanics are different, but it's got elements of that, I think. I'm not entirely sure whether or not this is going to have some sort of political thing again, because one of the girls is black, the other girl is white, so there are going to be accusations of wokeness, perhaps, which I don't see as here nor there, really. It's what it is. It's the world we're living in. It's the culture. People are going to respond that way, and that's going to be reflected in movies, and horror movies especially. So, they can't afford to worry about people saying it's woke, and it's all bullshit anyway, let's be fair. Everybody's everybody. So, fuck that. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's nice to see Ellen Burstyn back. It's good that she came back for it. The whole thing about her daughter as kind of a, sort of as Regan, playing into the plot. I don't know how wise that is, frankly. It could go one or two ways. It could be very well done. It could be, obviously it's a nice callback to the original. The character of Regan was iconic. But also I think what could happen is it could anyway increase people's wish, if you like, to compare the two, and rather than just making something its own. And I think that might hurt this film, because the original is so loved by the community. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be worth a watch, I would think. Again, I probably won't go to the cinema to see it. It's not, the whole exorcism genre isn't one that I'm particularly nuts about. Although I do like, what's that film done by Scott Derrickson? Deliver Us From Evil. I thought that was good. And The Exorcist 3 is one of my favourite horror films, but I don't really think that that's an exorcism movie. But that being said, I'm talking about this film. But no, I wouldn't go to the cinema to see it myself. I'm sure a lot of people will, and it'll probably be very good on the big screen. But I think, to me, what bores me about horror a little bit these days is how similar they all look. It's all digital, it's all smooth, it's all colour coded, it's all beautiful. It looks too beautiful for a horror movie, I think. A lot of horror movies today. But that's probably in part because I'm an old fart. So who can say any more about that, really? I'm 46 years old. I mean, a lot of the films I remember seeing were on VHS, for fuck's sake. And that's hardly a recommendation necessarily, although I do think VHS has a quality all its own, particularly for horror movies. But yeah, so The Exorcist Believer, there were things I saw in the other trailer that I didn't particularly like. For example, she said, oh, this is going to take all the forms of exorcism from every ritual in the world. Really? You're going to start beating the kids up? You're going to start... Because, I mean, you've had alleged rapes take place as part of exorcisms. You've had all sorts of practices. If you're going to do all that, you know, not much of that is going to make screen, number one. And number two, I don't think it is going to be all of them. I think it's... Which a lot of trailers do sometimes. They take things out of context. And I don't know. The idea of the demons saying, oh, Regan's in hell waiting for you and all that shit. That would be an interesting twist, because it sounds like Regan has died and is either in hell and has become a demon, possibly the demon they're dealing with, or it's the same demon as the first one, or it's a brand new demon that we haven't come across before. The whole thing, of course, is that demons are manipulative, so whichever of those is true, it's not going to be honest about which one it is. And the kid screaming that she doesn't want to go to hell and all that. I mean, I don't know how much of that they can put in the film without it either losing its punch or having the opposite effect. You know, if you make it too harrowing, I don't think people are going to appreciate it either in today's socio-political climate. But yeah, I mean, it looks like an interesting film, and when it comes on a streaming service, I will watch it. I think a lot of horror films really are better watched on a smaller screen a lot of the time, because, you know, it's a more intimate experience then. You know, you can sit there with the lights off and you're by yourself and it's kind of spooky and all that sort of shit, and you can see it without the pomp, if you like, of actually going to a cinema to see it, which I think is important for a horror movie. It's a very intimate experience watching a horror movie, I think, or at least it can be if it's a good one, or if it touches on something that you're particularly scared of. Yeah, so I will watch it. I will probably watch it on a streaming service rather than cinema. And that has been my review of the trailer and my thoughts surrounding The Exorcist Believer, official trailer 2. Bringing in a little bit of trailer 1 as well, but I think ultimately what it says is that some people are going to be shocked by it, clearly. But I think it just looks too good to be scary. You know, the look of the film doesn't necessarily lend itself to frightening subject matter, I don't think. I think they could have gone for a darker, grittier look and lose the fucking coloured filters, honestly. But there we go. That was my reaction to the Exorcist Believer official trailer 2, and please like, share, comment and subscribe and all that other good stuff if you think I've earned it. And I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.